The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored on behalf of Deutsch Family Wine and Spirits by A1 Broadcast.
This is the season to celebrate, so let's shake things up with a fresh twist on the classic spirits of the holidays.
Yeah, I recently talked with Theo Rutherford about how just to do that. Good morning, Theo. How are you this morning?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm very happy you're here because I got some questions for you, especially as we're getting into the holiday season. And so let's start with what to create a special holiday experience do we need?
So honestly, the biggest thing this year and the biggest trend is just taking what you would already have on your table, but spicing it up a little bit. Adding spice, adding texture, adding an ingredient that you might not think would go into your holiday meal. So you're going to impress people by just opening up that spice cabinet and using a little bit of creativity on what they're already used to.
All right, I like what you said. You said open up the cabinet, let's surprise them a little bit. So what suggestions do you have to delight our guests this year?
So the easiest way to delight guests is honestly the way that I always do it, which is with a bottle of bubbles. Bubbles is a great way to start any party. There's always a bottle of bubbles in my fridge for when people come over, and Josh Prosecco is a great way to go. It's bright, it's crisp, it's effervescent. The second you pop that cork, people already know that a party has started, and it goes beautifully with any of the hors d'oeuvres that you're going to have set out for your guests, like an upside-down tart or a very, very trendy thing right now, pasta chips. But anything you put out, Josh Prosecco is going to go beautifully with.
I like it. Okay, any other ideas for us for, of course, making sure that everyone is in the spirit?
So as we're spicing everything up, like adding hot honey to carrots or jalapeno to your cranberry sauce, you're going to need a wine that's going to be versatile enough to go with all of those different flavors on the table. And the Colleen Pinot Noir is the perfect wine for that. It is silky, it is smooth, it has a little bit of fruit quality to it that's going to go great with something like the cranberry sauce, but it also has lovely acidity that's going to kind of cut through any richness on the table and keep people really happy while they're drinking it too.
I like that. Okay, let's talk about holiday secrets. What do you got for me?
So for some people, it's, I've got grandma's recipe for this, or my pumpkin pie is the best. For me, honestly, it's about using tequila. A lot of people think about wine and spirit or wine and food pairings, not necessarily spirit and food pairings. So Cantera Negra Reposado tequila is a wonderful tequila to use for that food pairing, especially if you're doing something like a tahini glazed ham instead of a honey baked ham. So it's a great way to actually sort of bring a little bit of life to that table. Now, if you don't want to do that, that's perfectly fine. You can use Cantera Negra for dessert. So espresso martinis are super popular, and using Cantera Negra Reposado and Cantera Negra Cafe makes a beautiful espresso martini that's going to keep people there as long as you want them to be.
I like it. All right, Theo, can you hear me? Theo, I need your help right now. Just between me and you. Just between me and you, what do you have for me to impress the guests?
So a very easy way, but a surefire way, is going to be smoking cocktails. Now, I know it's big in restaurants and going there and they have these big apparatus, they come tableside and all of that. Super easy way to do it is using something like a top hat, making your favorite classic cocktail and adding just a touch of smoke to it. Now, you can also have your guests set out a bar and your guests can start creating their own cocktails, smoking those, trying each other's drinks. It's a surefire way to get the party started, get people talking. If you're doing Friendsgiving, it's a great way to get people mingling and getting to know each other, or it's a really great way to drown out that relative that you just don't want to listen to.
Theo, this is why I came to you, because you have me ready to entertain my guests no matter what holiday I'm doing it for, Thanksgiving or the Christmas season. So where can people find more information?
So for more information on all of the wine and spirits that we talked about today and the recipes that we did, it's going to be deutschfamily.com is where they're going to need to go.
Perfect. Hey, Theo, thanks for joining us this morning, and happy holidays to you.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
On behalf of Deutsch Family Wine and Spirits by A1 Broadcast.